Welcome back. Today's class is a stretch class where we will hold each pose for about a minute per side. So coming onto your back, coming into corpse pose with your legs extended out long and your arms comfortably down by your sides. And arriving here on your mat, arriving in your practice, and feeling your body breathing. Start to come into a deeper breath, inhaling through the nose for a count of 5, and exhaling out the nose for a count of 5. And now coming into a full body stretch, reaching the arms back and the feet forward, stretching it out long, reaching from the fingertips to the toes, feeling that big stretch in the body, feeling the breath here. And we will take this into our first pose, Banana Asana, walking the feet to the left corners of the mat and walking the hands to the back left corners of the mat. Making sure to keep the right shoulder and the right hip down on the ground, anchoring them down. The left hand could hold the right wrist. You could bend the arms and hold opposite arms. You could also cross one ankle over the other. Settling in here, feeling the stretch down the right side body and feeling your breath. Continuing those long, deep breaths, inhaling through the nose for a count of 5 and exhaling out the nose for a count of 5. Now preparing to release here, uncross the ankle if it's crossed, release the arms, coming back through center, reaching it out long again through center in that full body stretch. Then we take the length over to the right side, walking the feet over to the right corners and walking the hands over to the back right corners. Again, you could cross one ankle over the other. The right hand could hold the left wrist, or you could bend the arms and hold opposite arms. Our left shoulder and left hip are anchored down to the ground. Feeling the stretch down the left side body and breathing deeply here in and out the nose. Feeling the breath here. And preparing to release out of this side, uncrossing the ankle if it's crossed, releasing the arms, and we come back through center again, through that full body stretch, reaching the arms back and the feet forward. Big inhale, and then on an exhale, you can bring the knees in towards the chest here, bringing the hands to the fronts of the knees or shins. You could rock side to side or any other movement you like here. Breathing and feeling. We'll keep the right knee in and set the left foot down, hands to the front of the right knee, and then pulling that right knee in towards your chest as far as it feels good. Your left leg can stay bent with the foot on the floor, or it can extend out straight for more. Feeling the sensations in this stretch, feeling the right hip and feeling the left hip. And notice how this pose affects your breath, feeling your breath here. Trying to remain with those long, deep breaths, inhaling through the nose for a count of 5 and exhaling out the nose for a count of 5. And we'll release the right leg and set the right foot down. If the left leg is straight, bending the left leg and then bringing the left knee in towards the chest, bringing the hands to the front of the left knee or the left shin and pulling the knee in as far as you want. Decide what you want to do with the right leg. It can stay bent with the foot on the floor or extend out straight to increase the sensations. Then notice what you feel in the left hip. Feel your right hip. We're breathing as deeply as possible in and out the nose, and feel your breath here. And now releasing the left leg and setting the left foot down. And then we'll take that full body stretch again, reaching the arms out long. Or maybe you'd like some knee windshield wipers here. You can bend the legs, feet on the floor, taking the feet out wide and dropping the knees side to side. Any counter movement that feels good here is perfect. And when you finish those counter movements, making your way into constructive rest pose, on your back, knees bent, feet on the floor, and your arms down by the sides. Feel your body now. Breathing in and out the nose as deeply as possible. Moving now into our next stretch, a hamstring stretch. Pick up the right foot, bring the hands to the back of the right thigh, and reach the right heel to the sky. You could use a strap here, placing a strap around the ball of the right foot. And your left leg can stay bent with the foot on the floor, or it can extend out straight. And we hold here, feeling the sensations in the back of the leg and breathing deeply in and out the nose. And now we'll release the right leg and set the right foot down. Bend the left leg if you straightened it, and then we'll take the other side, bringing the hands to the back of the left thigh and reaching the left heel to the sky. Again, you could be using the strap around the ball of the left foot. Right leg can be bent with the foot on the floor or extended out straight. Feeling the sensations here on this side. Notice where you feel this pose in your body and remembering your breath as it flows deeply in and out the nose. And we'll release the left leg, set the left foot down. You can take any counter movements you like here. You could take the full body stretch, reaching it out long. You could bring knees in towards your chest, or any other counter movements you want to take after that pose. And then making your way into a constructive rest pose, knees bent, feet on the floor, and arms comfortably down by the sides. Breathing and feeling here. Our next pose will be a child's pose. If child's pose is not okay for your knees or your back, then stay on your back here, and you could take the same general shape as child's pose, bringing the knees in towards the chest, holding the fronts of the knees, and you could have the big toes touch here. Or make your way over onto your hands and knees. Bring the big toes to touch. You can take the knees out wide, or you can keep the knees close together, hips dropping back to the heels, and starting to walk the hands out forward, dropping the forehead down to the mat or a block or a blanket. Feel this pose in your body. Notice how it feels in your hips, back of the hips, fronts of the hips, the low back, upper back and shoulders, neck, front of the body. Find your breath. Breathing in through the nose for a count of 5 and out through the nose for a count of 5. Can you feel your breath traveling up the spine on the inhales and down the spine on your exhales? Rising up to tabletop, hands and knees, and then lower down to the stomach, all the way down, coming into a Sphinx pose, coming up on the forearms. You can have your elbows under the shoulders for a pretty big back bend here. If you want a smaller back bend, you can start to walk the elbows away from the shoulders, lowering the upper body down closer towards the floor. If your elbows are under the shoulders and you want a bigger back bend, you could press into the hands to lift the elbows, maybe the forearms up. We just want to make sure that we're not crunching in the low back. So relax the lower body here, lift through the heart, lifting through the crown of the head. And we'll lower down to rise up, hands under the shoulders, press up and make your way onto your seat, please. Coming into deer legs. So we'll have the right leg out in front and the left leg out to the left side. And we're going to add a twist here. So our right hand is outside the right hip, left arm out to the left side. Inhale, reach that left arm up and rainbow it over to meet the right. So both hands are over on the right side, outside the right thigh. Our upper body is twisted to the right. Gentle twist here. Maybe drop the head. Rainbow the left arm back up and over. Bring both hands behind your hips. Lean back into the hands, and we're going to switch our legs. Left leg out in front, right leg out to the side. Legs are bent, 90-90 legs. Left hand plants outside the left hip, right arm out by the right side. Inhale, reach the right arm up overhead, then exhale, rainbow it over to meet the left. Right hand meets the left, hands are down outside the left leg, upper body twisted to the left. We breathe here. Long, deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose for a count of 5 and exhaling out the nose for a count of 5. Releasing, right arm reaches up, rainbows back over. Bring both hands behind the hips, lean back into the hands. You can bring both feet out in front, and you could windshield wiper those knees side to side from a seated position. And now making your way back onto your stomach. Our next pose is half frog, bringing the right knee straight out from the right hip. And so you can adjust the right foot. So here I'm in the half frog with the foot 90 degrees from the knee. You could also keep that right foot in closer towards the left leg for more of a tree position. Just adjusting that right foot to be comfortable. And we hold. Feeling this pose in the body. Letting go as best you can in the right hip. Letting gravity bring your body deeper into the pose. Long, deep breaths, breathing in through the nose for a count of 5, and breathing out through the nose for a count of 5. And now bringing the right leg back in, straight down from the hip. Second side, bringing the left knee straight out from the left hip. And again, you can adjust the foot. It can be 90 degrees from the knee or closer towards the right leg. Doing the best you can to let go in the left hip, allowing the body to drop deeper into the pose. Feel the pose in the body and find your breath. Long, deep breaths in and out the nose. Bringing the left leg back in, straight down from the left hip. And bring your hands under your shoulders. Press up to tabletop. Next is puppy pose or melting heart. So we start in tabletop, hands and knees. Walk your feet a step back towards the back of the mat. Then start to walk the hands towards the front of the mat as you lower the heart down towards the mat. You can bring your chin to the ground if that is comfortable, or your forehead down. It could also come to a block or a blanket. So how this is different than child's pose is our hips are over the knees instead of drop back towards the heels. And if being on your knees is not possible for you, you could take this upper body stretch on a wall. So facing the wall, hands, big strong hands on the wall, and then starting to walk the feet away and dropping the chest down towards the floor. And we'll make our way up and out of that stretch and onto your back, coming back to a constructive rest pose. Knees bent, feet on the floor, arms comfortably down by the sides. Find your breath, feel your body. And it is time for Shavasana. Extending the legs out long, coming into your final relaxation pose. Notice how your body feels now. Feeling the body settling and relaxing. Feeling the breath settling and relaxing. Enjoy your Shavasana. Start to bring in some deeper breaths, feeling those in the body. Noticing what movements the body wants here and taking those. Anything that sounds and feels good to you today. And roll over onto your side and spend a couple of breaths there. And making your way up to a comfortable seat, and we'll close our practice. Bringing to mind something that you're grateful for. Noticing what arises, what you feel. The light and love in me bows to the light and love in you. Namaste.